All right, hello, fellow coder. Welcome to this next installment of our series where we are building a real-world web app from scratch, leveraging React on the front end and Spring Boot via Java on the back end with a MySQL database. In this one, we want to tweak what we have so far in that we want to add some business logic, which just means logic that's specific to this application, to work such that when you submit a new assignment, as this is an assignment submission and code review type application. When a student submits a new assignment for code review, we want to make their life a little bit easier by pre-selecting, by making a best guess as to what assignment they are submitting. So in other words, for this situation, these assignment titles are wrong. This is really, I think, probably assignment 1, 2, 3, 4, not 7, 8, 9, 10. But if they've submitted 4 assignments, number 1, 2, 3, and 4, then we want to, by default, when they submit their next one, choose assignment 5. That's all we're trying to do today with some minor cleanup on the front end, on the UI. So if that sounds like fun to you, stick around. All right, let's roll up our sleeves and get coding. So let's grab our code over here. Nope. Try again. Move this slightly this way and bring our code, come on now, over a little bit. There we go. So a couple of just minor things I want to do. I want to take this little submitted text, the status text, and turn it into the pill style that we have for the assignments. So in other words, I want to leverage this guy right here. Oh, this gets in the way. But this little pill thing. So that's done through, where is it? Assignment number, here. It's called a badge, but it's a badge. It's a badge pill? It's a pill badge? I don't know. So on this dashboard screen, that's where we're going to paste in our code. So on the dashboard, we have the status somewhere. Status, here it is, assignment status. So instead of calling it the card subtitle, we're going to leverage the badge from, this comes from Bootstrap. Control Enter, and then click here to import it from React to Bootstrap. And then assignment status. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. And then I'm going to delete the card subtitle and save. This might be too aggressive. Yeah, so interesting. Yeah, I don't want it to be, I don't want it to span, I don't want it to expand the, if I said, instead of justify content around, justify content start, I think. See, that's not gonna, I was not anticipating this problem, of course, as always. So it's leveraging justify content around, and I thought this would override it, because it's stretching, because it's using flex, which is fine. It's using flex. But how do we make it not grow? There's a grid grow. I don't think it's called flex grow. Flex grow 0. No. Let's go back to our flex tutorial. There's a great one. Complete guide to Flexbox. Whoever put this together, kudos to this person. They're probably getting tons of traffic from around the entire globe. So, I mean, Flex Start is kind of what I thought, but I think it's called Flex Start, not just Start. So I think that was my bad. I called the property the wrong thing, which always happens. So we'll call this Flex Start. Doesn't look like it did anything. And is it called Justify Content? Yeah, so it's justify content, flex start, flex end, center, space around. But as you can see, it's not, these images don't show it growing to fill the row, right? So that's essentially what's going on here is our badge is growing. So it's not really that, it's not really the justify content that's probably causing this to happen. Again, I don't want it to grow. flex wrap, flex shrink. Interesting. This defines the ability for flex item to shrink if necessary. So let's see. Let's add in a flex shrink. So I don't think this matters. So we'll try flex shrink. Well, I guess it's 1 by default though. It said so. Setting it to 1 is not going to do anything. What if I say 3? No. And if I get rid of flex grow. Flex wrap. Let's see. Container. We don't need any of this stuff. Aligning items. Align content. Gaps. Boom, ba-doom, ba-doom. Where is grow? So, oh, flex grow by default is 0. Interesting. So this guy is spanning, I guess what I always need to do. So if flex grow by default is 0 and flex shrink by default is 1, to me these guys shouldn't be growing at all to span the entire thing. So something else is causing that to happen, right? Let's just have a look and see. So rounded pill. Badge. What comes with badge? Display inline block. Is that... Inline block is not causing the problem. Padding is not the problem. Line weight color. Text align center. Okay. Vertical align. Border box. Word wrap. Font family. So there's nothing that jumps out at me as to why this is doing this. Here you go. Card body 1-1 auto. I feel like might be doing it, right? Nope. I thought that might have done it. Is there anything else in here? So if I say, I forget which one's grow and which one's shrink. Is this one grow? And this one shrink? Yeah, something like that. But again, it doesn't, that's along the, so I guess the layout, ooh, I guess maybe can we do, can we change this to be flex? Change the class name here. I wonder if we can change the, so flex row instead of flex column. Maybe that's all we need to do. Okay, it had an effect. Not the intended effect. So I wanted to change the layout here. Card title, flex row. So flex direction row important. So it's got that. An inline block is not doing anything. Is there a width being set here somewhere? It's not like there's a width 100% being set. Border radius, I don't think is going to have an effect. Opacity, I don't think it has an effect. But even when we undo the flex row, it doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Because I would have thought that because we're laying it out in column up here, or up here I should say, this card, right, flex direction column. But even if we get rid of the column flex direction, it's still, So yeah, so there's something else that's happening that's inheriting. Is this part of like a row or something? Div. I mean, could it be part of the grid thing? I don't, maybe, potentially, I don't know. It could it be a grid property that's inheriting as well as a flex property? So if we get rid of flex column, right? So we get rid of flex column. This, although it looks awful, is sort of the right width for this pill, right? It's only filling, yeah. So I feel like it's a row versus column layout thing, and I guess you can't forcefully flip it like this unless you do it as an inline style, but I don't believe you can. So flex, what was it called? Row, grid row, flex direction, right? Flex direction is row. Is it row or flex row? Flex row. I guess row or flex row doesn't do anything. Flex row. Yeah, it's just flex direction row. Yeah, okay. So flex direction should be row, but I guess that doesn't override the parent container. That's unfortunate. So this is the annoying part with, with CSS, right? You could spend a lot of time trying to solve these silly little problems. A lot of time. So what I did get rid of there was the font size. I had a font size defined of 1em, which I think I want to keep. 1em. There. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I can say like width auto. Oops. Yeah. If I set the width to be like 1em, yeah, see, that works, right? And if we set the width to auto, yeah, it's like and I don't want to say 100% because I want to do it just to be what it needs to be. So let's see, can we flex column element stretches too far, something like that, right? Prevent flex items from stretching. Yeah, let's see. You don't want to stretch the span in height. You have the possibility to affect one or more flex items. To don't stretch the full height to the container. To affect all flex items of the container, choose this. You have to set align items flex start. Oh, is it an align items? Oh my gosh. Okay, let me try that. If that's it, that's going to be annoying because I always do justify when I mean to do align. So here since this stuff doesn't work, I want to keep the font size for the style, but the class name, I tried to do justify content start. Remember when I tried that and it didn't work? Now let me try align items start. Okay, so it doesn't seem like that did anything either. So align items start. And I'm not overriding the flex direction, right? Can I say flex row along with that? No, it doesn't do anything. Okay, I was going to say if that was it. So align items flex start. Background display. So do I have to say deflex as well? I don't think I do, but hey, maybe I do. Okay, so we're kind of getting somewhere. It is aligning the items, but it's not aligning the entire badge, which is interesting. It's only doing... It's almost like I need to have a div that's wrapping the badge that has this class in it, which would be silly, but let me just see if that works. Parent container type thing. Ugh. All right, there you go. Wow, 14 minutes in, and this one little UI tweak took the whole video. Okay, so it's okay. This might be a long one, ladies and gentlemen. Strap yourselves in. Let's get going. So that looks slightly better to me. Obviously, if there was space beside this assignment 7, I might want to move this up, but I'm not going to dive into that right now. The juice is not worth a squeeze on that one. This one should be a quick fix, though. Famous last words. The assignment numbers are not correct because that's based on the ID. So the assignment number shows assignment ID. I'm instead going to say assignment num, I believe, is the variable that we're dealing with. Oh, maybe not. Is it just number? There. Cool. So these are the actual assignment numbers: 1, 2, 1, 4. So as you can see, we've submitted assignment 1 twice, which is technically not correct. This is technically not something that should be allowed in our logic, our business logic, which is the whole point of this video. So in order to, I'm not going to worry about that just yet. But what I do want to do is I want to write an algorithm that will say, okay, what assignments have they already submitted? And therefore, based on what they've already submitted, what should the next assignment be that needs to be submitted? Okay, to sort of suggest. So when I say submit new assignment, it should select automatically assignment number 3 here. Right, so assignment number 3 should be suggested, right? Because that's sort of the next one that they should submit. So how are we going to write code to do that? So 2 things happen. When we click on submit new assignment, it kicks off the creation of this assignment here. Now what we can do is it pre-fills the pending submission on the back end. We can probably also write an algorithm to check and see on the back end what assignments they have submitted and then pre-assign the assignment number. Okay, so I think from the back end is where this makes the most sense, which happens in the assignment controller here. So this is where we create a new assignment. So it goes in and it goes to assignment service.save, and it pre-populates the status. But we can also do an assignment.set number, right? And then the question is, what number do we set here? Well, this is where the logic needs to come in. We need to, find next assignment to submit, right? So we need to write an algorithm that will do this for us, and with that, what data do we need? We need the user data, most likely, right? We need to be able to look up the assignments that the user has and then make a decision based on the result from that. So let's create a method that does that. It returns an integer and it finds the next assignment to submit. So therefore, we need to do a query on the assignment repo, and we need to find by what? User. Oh, good, we already have it. So in other words, give me a set of all the assignments, assignments by user, essentially. And then with this set of assignments, we can determine which assignment should be submitted next. So I would say, I think the easiest algorithm here is just to sort the assignment list and then add 1, right? So essentially we can say, hey, if assignments by user is null, right? If they have no assignments whatsoever, then just return 1, because they should be, the next assignment number should just be 1. Otherwise, what we can do is we can sort it. So we can say assignments by user dot stream. We can sort it, and we can pass in a comparator. A comparator takes 2 objects, the objects that are being compared to each other. So essentially, assignment 1 compared to assignment 2. Now, not assignment number 1, assignment number 2, but like assignment object 1 and assignment object 2. And then we can compare them and sort them based off of the assignment number. So we can say a1.getNumber compared to a2.getNumber, right? Now, this is all going to go awry if the assignment numbers are not set. If they're null, we're going to have a problem here. So just to be a little bit careful with this, I want to have code to handle that situation. So is it like this? Put in the, right? I think so. So first we'll say if assignment1.getNumber is null, then what? If assignment 1 number is null, what should we do? I guess we should sort it to the beginning, right? We can return -1, which will sort it towards the beginning. If assignment 2 get number is null, probably the same thing. We want to put the nulls at the beginning of the list, because what we care about is the end of the list, then adding 1. Oops, return -1. Otherwise, we can return the comparison between the 2 numbers. If you don't understand this algorithm, this is all about, comparators and sorting, and I do these kinds of lessons on, inside of my boot camp, right? So coderscampus.com/bootcamp if you want to learn a whole ton of stuff in a short period of time with the hopes of getting a job. right? That's what the bootcamp is all about. We teach you what you need to know to get a job. So if you like this kind of content, if you like the way I teach, if your goal is to get a job, if you want to get paid really well and start a really rewarding career that pays well as a coder, that's what we do. That's literally what I've dedicated my time and life's work to, is creating this bootcamp now and helping you guys get jobs. So if you don't understand sorting, you gotta join the bootcamp. Cool. So we sort it. And then we essentially just want the last element, right? We want how do we get the last element? Well, I guess we sort the other way. We say A2 compared to A1. When you go backwards, when you do the second one compared to the first one and return that number, it will sort it in descending order. Right? In descending order, and then we care about the first one. So then we can move the nulls to the end of the list because we just care about the first one. We can say dot limit 1. Right? So what this is going to do is it's going to sort the list in descending order with the latest assignment first. So the highest number will be first, the rest will be after, and then we'll limit it to 1, which means we're just getting the topmost one. And then with that information, we have the number, right? So then we can say, hey, dot what? What do we have here? We have an assignment. What do we have? We have a stream of assignments. So we can say, because we just want the integer, right? So we can say map, because we want to translate the full assignment object, which is what we have right now. We have the full assignment object, but we only want to get the assignment dot get number. Right? We just want this number and we want to add 1. Right? That's essentially what we want to do. Okay? And we want to return that value. Okay? And then say dot... No, that's it, right? Stream... Oh, I guess we need to collect that? I guess we could say map... Because this should return... Oh, it'll return a stream of integers now. Right? Stream of integer, because we just have an integer here. And... I just want to get it. How do we just get that? Because we should only have 1 here. I guess we say find first. There's probably another way to do this, but find first will work. So this gets me, if I do control, let me do that again. I go to the beginning here of the stream before I start typing stuff in, leave my cursor there, and then I do control 2, which brings up this quick assist at the bottom, and then I hit L, which is for assign to a local variable. L assigns this whole thing to a local variable. So if you're lazy and you don't want to type out the type and a variable name, it just does it for you. So this is essentially the next assignment number OPT, right? So what we can now do is we can return next assignment OPT or else 1. So what's happening here is if it doesn't find any, if this fails miserably, and well, we might even not have to do limit because we're saying find first here, right? So we probably don't have to say limit. That's probably redundant because we're saying find first. And what we're saying is if there isn't anything in here, then the or else will just return 1, because if for some reason everything's null or whatever, then yeah, then we're not in good shape. And if we do have an element, then we've already got it, right? We've got the number here, right? We can probably do one more thing. And we can say, essentially, if this is null, because it could be null, I don't know, because we have some null checks here. If for some, I'm just being super defensive with my coding here. If we can put an if statement here just to be absolutely certain we try to catch any bug before it becomes a bug. If assignment dot get number is null, then we return 1. Else we return there. Terminate. And I'm going to hit Control-Shift-F here once it terminates. Control-Shift-F will format my code. Oh, come on, computer. There we go. Control-Shift-F sort of, formats it nicely, kind of nicely. So now we have this algorithm that will find the next assignment to submit, the number to submit, and it'll set it and then save it and return it to the front end. So let me boot her up again and go to my database. Oh God, it's so bright. I'm sorry. Delete from assignment. So we're gonna flush out all the old assignments. Ah, now we're back to nice dark theme. I guess this is sort of light theme, so not really saving your eyes that much. If I refresh here, all the assignments will go away because we just blew away the database. If I say submit new assignment, the expected behavior is that we have assignment 1. Oh, magnifique. So now we can do, you know, something and main or whatever and say submit assignment. It's submitted. I should probably have this redirect back to the screen here. But now when I say submit assignment again, hopefully it should detect that assignment 1 has been submitted and suggest assignment 2. Magnifique. So something 2, main 2, submit, it's submitted. Now we have 2 here. Click it one more time. Assignment 3. Pending submission, submit new assignment. Assignment 4, pending submission. Cool. So yeah, there's obviously more here that we can do to make things nicer. For example, right now we can probably still submit this assignment even though there's no GitHub or branch, right? I just clicked submit and it submitted it. So that's not good. We want to have some error checking there to say, hey, if you don't have anything here, then, oops, main 3. If you don't have anything here in these boxes, then it should stop you from submitting. I would also like a little back button. Maybe we can do that right now really quickly. Famous last words. Always famous last words. Let's put a, what page are we on here? Assignment view. Where's the submit assignment button? Let's do one more button. We'll call this the back button. And the variant will be secondary. And on click, we'll just do a location href equals / dashboard window.location href. Again, this is not the most that's not great code to do it this way, but anyway, then we can oh god, this is the famous last words, guys. Let's put it in a row. Let's try a div class name of dflex. Oh, here we go. This is where we add another 20 minutes. Deflex and then justify content around. No. Spacing? Space? Justify content. What is this? Is this what I want? Complete guide, yeah. Justify content. What is going on here? Okay, okay, justify content, space around, space between. So, space between I think is what we want. So between, justify content between, and save. Oh, I mean, kind of, sort of. I see why it did that, because if you go like this and shrink the screen, then that looks good. I don't think I'm going to care that much about, yeah, that back, it doesn't look that great. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, okay, how about this? How about we just do gap? So, the trials and tribulations of, so we'll just do gap. We'll say gap 5 or something, right? That way there's just a gap there. It's you know, it's good enough. That I file that under good enough. We go back, it goes to the dashboard. If you click on assignment 1, now we have a way to go back without clicking on the back button up here. So that's kind of nice, right? Excellent. So I'm happy with that. In the next step, essentially what we need to do, well, we can do a bunch of things. We can add the error checking, or if you want to just dive through to more business logic-esque type stuff, then maybe the next part of this is when you are a code reviewer. So in other words, figuring out a design for what the code reviewer should see when a student submits an assignment. So there should be some sort of a queue that happens with dates in which the assignments were submitted. So there you go. I just thought of another thing that I have not included, I don't think, in my domain model. I should add if I don't already have it, for my domain object here, we don't have a date. You don't know the date that this assignment was submitted. So that's going to be important to add as well. So that's what the next video will be about. I'll do some design work and maybe off camera and get an idea of what I want it to look like, which is literally just me with a piece of paper and a pencil. That's as low tech as it gets. I sort of sketch some stuff out and see what I like, and then basically we'll outline what the view will be like for when a code reviewer logs in and sees these assignments that are submitted, and then what can they do once they get that assignment. So this is exciting stuff. We're making real progress here with Business Logic, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome. Thanks so much for being here. Again, if you haven't already done so, subscribe by clicking on the circle above, and do give this video a like if you haven't done so already. Obviously helps YouTube algorithm, etc., etc. And if you really want to help support this channel, coderscampus.com/bootcamp. Okay, all one word, bootcamp. That gives you the ability to apply to our coding bootcamp. Again, if you're someone who wants to get a job as a coder and you have a little bit of cash that you can put into and invest into your future, I'd highly recommend going through that process and applying. So I look forward to seeing you in there. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Happy learning. Bye for now.